Hi everyone, I'm Jake. Welcome to Green World product training video. And the topic that we are discussing today is Green World Detox Care Package. Detoxification is basically a process of cleaning our body from inside and getting rid of all the toxins. Toxins are basically poisonous substances. They enter our body and completely spoil our internal machinery, which leads to many chronic illnesses and also reducing our lifespan. So before we move ahead with this detailed information on detoxification system, let's first ask ourselves one basic question. Why do we need to detox? Isn't our body endowed with the natural capabilities to detox itself? I mean, just like we grow hair naturally, our nails grow naturally, everything in our body functions pretty much on its own. So when it comes to detox, why do we need to detox? Yes, it is true. Our body can detox itself naturally. But our civilization has evolved a lot since the ancient time when our ancestors were living a pretty healthy and detoxified life. But in today's time, we have chosen a fast paced, speedy life where time is money, and that speed and pace comes with technological advancement, industrial development. All these things has resulted in giving us the most polluted environment in the Earth's history. We are dealing with sea pollution. Our oceans are full of plastics, and marine life is getting disturbed because of that. Also, too many cargo ships and sea cruises floating on top of our ocean surface, leaving behind the oil residue and other human residues, polluting the seawater and again disturbing our marine life. Then we are also dealing with chemical pollution, which is again a result of industrial development. Then we have a big one which impacts our daily life, and that is food pollution. We are dealing with so many fertilizers being used in our crops and in our plants, pesticides being used to protect and grow large number of crops, and all the junk food in the form of sausages and bacons and hams. Preservatives used in those foods are harmful chemicals which create toxins. We are dealing with a massive amount of air pollution from the factories and industries, and also the vehicles running on our road on a daily basis. Everything is just increasing the air pollution around us. Then we have electromagnetic pollution, and this is something which has become a part of our life. We all need technology like mobile phones and computers and laptops and video conferencing. Everything is dependent on technology, and all this software development is causing a massive amount of electromagnetic radiation. Furthermore, we are also dealing with nuclear pollution. I mean, all the armies in the world are investing a huge amount of money on all these nuclear experiments, and who is bearing the cost of it all? You and me. So, even though our body is naturally endowed with a strong detoxification system, but in the middle of all these technological advancement and the side effects coming from those technology, the toxins have increased way too much for our body to even deal with. I would say that most of us have toxins inside our body, and unfortunately we don't identify them. Even though our body communicates with us, it tells us that there's something wrong in the forms of signs and symptoms. All we need to do is be more observant about our own body and listen to what it's talking to us. Let's have a look at some of the signs that our body gives us about toxification. Number one, dull skin. When the nutrients are unable to reach our skin cells due to toxicity buildup, our skin start losing its elasticity as well as the texture and quality. Next one is irritability and mood swings. I'm sure all of us have suffered from mood swings, but we need to understand the reason of those mood swings rather than blaming it on people who are close to us or our loved ones. It's not them, it's the toxins which is causing those mood swings. Next one is a big one, brain fog. A classic sign of toxicity, inability to focus in life. Next one is bloating. A lot of people suffer from this, and the reason for that is they don't chew their food properly, they eat too fast, and their diet contain a high amount of fat, high amount of sugar. All these things causes indigestion and also toxins in their digestive system. Next one is puffy eyes, the swelling under the eyes, or what we call them eye bags. That is also a very common one these days, and it is actually an early sign of toxicity in liver and kidneys. So now the question is that where do these toxins come from? Well, very close to us, right there in our surroundings. So there are mainly two ways or pathways through which these toxins get inside us. Number one is exotoxins and number two is endotoxin. Let's talk about the exotoxins first. The one which enters from outside in our body. And the sources, well, junk food, French fries, pizza, burgers, fried food, or all the preserved food, or all the sugary food or sugary drinks like pop soda, especially number one on that list. Then we have harsh chemicals in the form of detergents and house cleaners. Then we have all these cosmetics like makeup, lipstick, foundation, and you know the list is endless when it comes to makeup. Well, I would summarize it in beauty products. Then we have alcohol, cigarette smoking. These are all the exotoxins. Then we talk about endotoxins. The endotoxins basically they originate inside our body and they come from different sources like indigestion of food, then inflammation in the body, stress can be anything but it generates toxins. Then we have metabolism, slow and sluggish metabolism. And now I'm going to give you the names also of those toxins. Heavy metals like lead, aluminum, mercury. In solvent there is benzene. In plastics there is styrene. Then we have free radicals, emotional stress. So that was all about the endotoxins, exotoxins affecting our system. And now the question is the detoxification process. And there I will remind you of the question which I raised earlier. Isn't our body supposed to detox itself? Of course. Even now our body is only going to detox itself, and I will just explain the internal detoxification system that we have, the most sophisticated detoxification machinery in the world. It exists inside our body. So human detoxification system consists of our liver, kidney, colon, respiratory system, lymphatic system, and our skin. Liver, the number one organ of detox. So let's learn about all the functions that our liver performs towards the detoxification process. Storing glycogen, processing fat and proteins from the digested food. When your liver performs optimally, you will never have any kind of high blood sugar levels or high blood pressure or indigestion, any kind of allergy, nothing. Your liver will take care of everything. Liver produces bile, which helps in breakdown of lipids, processes triglycerides and cholesterol, destroyed red blood cells and fibrinogen. It removes toxins such as medicines and alcohols. So all the prescription medications or antibiotics that we eat, what are they? Basically, they are poisonous chemicals because antibiotics, they kill bacteria, right? So you need some kind of poison to kill bacteria. And when that antibiotic or any prescription medication, those chemicals go inside your body, they can really harm you. But you have your liver as a detoxification engine. It breaks down the harmful chemicals of those medication and throw them out of your system before it affects you. Liver produces clotting factors. When we cut our skin, our blood starts coming, and if we keep it pressed for a while, it starts clotting and blood stops coming out. Even that function is supported by a healthy liver. Let's now talk about the second powerhouse of our detoxification system, our kidneys. Our kidneys filters 32 to 48 gallons of blood to detoxify our body. Let's look at the waste filtered out by our kidneys. Excess water. So when somebody suffers from water retention in their body and they have that swelling, the water is filling under their skin, that is a sign that your kidneys are not efficiently filtering out excess water. So you need to take action. Then it filters out excess sodium, potassium and chloride ions. It filters out urea, uric acid and creatinine. So in case of people who suffers from this medical condition called gout, in that case, their kidneys stop functioning properly and they stop filtering out the excess uric acid. And same excess uric acid start collecting in their joints and start giving them this painful disease, gout. Our kidneys also filters out sulfate and phenol waste. Next in line of defense for our detoxification system is our colon. Basically, it is the human sewerage system. It eliminates all the fishes, dead bacteria and toxins from our system. Next one is our lymphatic system. It is a drainage system in human body. Just imagine a vast network of water, small water pipes running throughout your body. That's what lymph means. Lymph is derived from a Latin word. It means the white water-like fluid, and in our body it means the body of white blood cells which runs throughout our entire body. And these lymphatic cells or white blood cells helps us to fight bacterial infections and protect us from getting infected by harmful bacteria. Next in line is our respiratory system, that is our lungs, and it helps to inhale oxygen and exhale carbon dioxide. Cilia in the airways entraps all the foreign particles and germs to filter the air that we breathe, carry the oxygen to be exchanged with the carbon dioxide, expels carbon dioxide which poisons the body. Next is a big one, our skin, probably the longest or the biggest organ in our body. Our skin excretes water, lactic acid, urea, and carbon dioxide through our sweat glands. So that was an elaborate detoxification system that our human body has. Now let's talk about the different steps that we have to take towards detoxification. Of course, number one is we can take some precautions, avoid further exposure to harmful toxins like lead, aluminum. We can use a water filter to avoid lead toxicity. We can use the Green World Nano Water Treasure. It alkalines our water and makes our water more stable. Avoid exposure to aluminum. We can stop cooking or storing stuff in aluminum utensils. Stop using foil wraps for wrapping our food. Then avoid exposure to mercury by reducing the amount of seafood that you eat. Try and eat freshwater fish more. And of course, it goes without saying, try and beat alcohol and drug addiction. So these were the precautions that we can take, and next is basically the support that we can provide our own detox system, boost our liver, kidneys, lymphatic system, our skin, our colon, our respiratory system. So to boost our own detoxification system, we have some incredible resources at Green World, and now I'm going to start giving those to you. So let's start with our liver, how to boost our liver. And for that, number one thing that we have at Green World is liver care. Liver care basically helps in regeneration of new liver cells. It is full of natural ingredients like milk thistle, curcumin, schisandra berry, artichoke, dandelion roots. All these natural ingredients together helps in regeneration of new liver cells, making our liver strong. At the same time, milk thistle that is present in our liver care helps in the production of most important antioxidant in our body called glutathione. Glutathione helps our liver to detoxify all the toxins and become strong. Next in line of defense, we have Ganoderma Plus. It reduces SGOT and SGPT. These are basically liver enzymes which clinically represent disorder in our liver. Last but not the least in defense of our liver is the Harp Seal oil. It contains omega-3 fatty acids and primarily the protectants and resolvents which gives the protective effect to our liver. Next product for our detox system is to boost our kidney, and that is cordyceps. Cordyceps is considered as a kidney tonic. The active ingredient cordyceps helps in the generation of energy in the cells of our body, and it helps to protect our kidneys. Let's now talk about boosting our colon, which eliminates all the waste from our body. And for that, number one thing that I recommend is the In-Cleansing Tea, which is an incredible herbal green tea. It cleans the internal walls of our intestines and helps get rid of all the mucus and toxins and cleans our intestines. It helps to get rid of constipation, which is one of the biggest cause of toxins in our body. Next is to boost our lymphatic system. For that, we have Magic Detox Pad. They are incredible. I know when people use them for the first time, they put it under their feet, and when they get up in the morning, that entire pad turns black and they are shocked at the amount of toxins running in their lymphatic system. Basically, in your lymphatic system, it's like we discussed earlier, it's like a drainage system, it cleans everything inside your body, just like how we cleanse utensils every day, and then after a while the drains start getting blocked and the water does not pass through. Exactly, that's what happens in case of our lymphatic system. After continuous cleaning, when the toxins start building up in our lymphatic system, all the white blood cell, they get stuck and stagnant. They can't pass through and travel throughout our body, and that's why we need to release those toxins to open up that waterways, the lymphatic system, and that's exactly what Magic Detox Pad does. So those are all the resources that we have at Green World to enable your own detox system to become strong and deal with our environment. Because one thing is true, we are the animals of technology, and technology drives our life, but we can find different ways like these natural Green World products to help our own system still use the technology but detoxify the extra toxins. So make sure you get your own detox care package from Green World and live a healthy and toxins free life. Bye.